What up, the homies? It's your homeboy 𝗃𝘂𝗃𝗁, and we are back for some more education. And then we're gonna be back for some other madness and some drama. Today we're not gonna do a full session. We're gonna do one that I wanted to share with you guys. Actually, it's a long time coming, and that was a background session. We wanted to do some backgrounds. Now, the thing about mixtape covers is that it's really endless. It's just endless, you know. So the thing about mixtape cover design tutorials is that it's kind of just good to just watch a lot of them. You understand? Because you pick up different ideas and different ways to do things, you know, based on you're just seeing different techniques and things like that, and it helps you to kind of gather up a bunch of tools and, you know, a bunch of tips and skill sets to put into your backpack. Because when you approach a mixtape cover, you kind of want to have a general principle of how to put things together. All right, so that's what this tutorial is going to do for you today. And I'm gonna have to probably do a variety of them. Same thing with like lighting and other tips and techniques. Just teaching you one way is good, but you want to be able to know how to apply what you're learning to a variety of different things, right? So that's what this is going to be about, all right? So we're going to go ahead and get started. And the first thing I'm going to do is now, I guess for this one, and it's strictly background. This, you know, we ain't going to have a lot of people. Maybe I might put, you know what, I think I will put some people in it just, you know, but it's not going to be about people. It's really just going to be about backgrounds. All right. And again, if you want full complete sessions that, you know, like each session is over 2, 3, some is, one of them is 4 hours long. You know, the tutorials is very detailed, very in depth. So if you really want to learn more, you'll go to today'sbeats.com/mixtape-v2, and you can download all those good ones. Or you can just join the VIP, and you can get them monthly. New, fresh tutorials monthly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start now. I envision a background like a cityscape. So we're gonna do a little bit of search real quick here. Let me see, cityscape. And let's see here. This one might be cool. Now, we want to keep in mind, we want to remember that we want to use large images. But I guess for the case of this here, let's see. And I want it to be nighttime here, right? So maybe we can do something like this here. Darken this up. Okay. I hate when they do that to me. All right. I just want this image. How can I get this image without fussing and fighting? Maybe we can, here, let's just use this one here. Okay, cool. We'll copy this, and let's go ahead and paste her in there. I was watching BBD. Well, not actually BBD. I was watching, we was watching I TiVo'd or recorded one of the shows. Well, actually all 4 shows, and we watched them, man. I don't know if I ever told you guys that I had did some video work for them recently for one of their new songs. We're gonna turn this around here. And I'm going to adjust the curves because I want some shadows, but I want it really smooth here. Yeah. Kind of make it a little bit darker, dusk, kind of. Okay. But we was watching a video here. I'm going to show you real quick. This is a video that I had did. This is a remix of Loose Cannon. Glenn Cannon is a record label from Detroit. We signed with, you know, years ago when we first got into the music game. And his wife, her name is 𝗃𝘂𝗋𝗄𝗃𝘂𝗋𝗄𝗃 Peggy Body used to be signed with MCA Records, and while they were with MCA, so she been knowing these guys since they were kids, and they've been around for a while. So she worked for them right now, and her son name is Glenn Cannon. His rap name is Loose Cannon. But I've been knowing them since his mom his wife used to manage us, so that's how we ended up getting some affiliation with BBD. And they allowed me to do a remix and edit the son into this video of theirs. I don't know if I explained to you. So I did this here, not everything. I didn't do all of this, but the additional clips that I added in there. And what I had to do, that's him right, that's my copy. What I had to do was look at the tones and textures of the original video, because BF is real picky. You can't just slap any old thing together, you know. He's very particular with what he do. But it was a little difficult. So I did all of this. We did a 3D, green screen, and then I just kind of put them 3D, put the CD behind them, put them on the roof with the smoke. I got the idea from videocopilot.net, of course, and turned out pretty good. He approved it, you know, and I thought that was kind of cool, you know. The movie was really good. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's very, very entertaining, you know. All right, so let's paint this black. We're gonna paint the background black here, and then we're gonna kind of get a little paintbrush and fade it here. So let's fade that. We're not gonna see none of that anyway, because I have to add some cars into it. Let's pull up some type of car. So we're gonna pick this car here. And actually, while we're at it here, we got the street images. Now you may want to download like a handful of street images, just so that you can have some things, some reference material to work with. You don't have to always go online digging for stuff. Just spend some time, spend a day, go online. You know what I mean? I kind of like this here for some reason. It kind of look grungy, so we're gonna pick that. And I did a tutorial earlier with the street graffiti. I don't know what happened to it. I could have swore I released it, but then I don't know. It's like the paradigm shift in my brain. Okay. All right, so let's just open that. And in particular, one of the primary reasons why I'm using it is because of the way the road is, there's perspective of the road here. So let's drag that in there, and then we can delete that. And we're gonna make some magic happen here. And we may actually keep this building. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's take that. And let's cut some of these things out. Okay, let's apply. Then we might want to fade this here. Let's fade that a little. I'm gonna worry about the little cars. Oh, that's gonna be gone anyway. So anyway, the idea is to get these layers and blend them and merge them together so they can all be cohesive with each other. We're gonna use curves again, so we can kind of put a lot of emphasis on these shadows here. You guys know I like to use levels. I like to use levels a lot. Need to pull up some cars. Okay. So it looked like I was supposed to pause that and I didn't. That's okay, I'll speed it up. All right, so here, we're gonna make him big there. Kind of covering up the majority of what's going on there. And let's kind of clean it up. Here, we're gonna select that and go to our refine edge tools. Okay, fam, listen, while we're doing that, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. You know, your homie Grand Tizzle got to pay the bills, and I want to thank you. Yeah, thank you for supporting your homie, and thank you for your patience. All right, so we'll be back in 30 seconds. Hold me down, y'all. I got y'all back. Have mine. See you in 30 seconds. All right, we ain't gonna worry about all of the imperfections. We'll keep that as is. Just want a clean little, just a little clean slate. Okay, and later we'll blend that in, but what I want to do now here, check this out. I want like a Brooklyn Bridge, right? So I want to find some type of bridge with a particular angle, something that I can actually remove. So it need to be in a nice size. So we can go to our selection tool and make sure that it's larger than 800 megapixels. And this one might be okay here because we want it coming from like an angle. This one might be okay as well. And basically what we're doing today is we're building, basically we're building our own environment. We're building our own environment. That's interesting. Okay. I'm not gonna use it, but you know, it's interesting. So what I'm looking for right now is not only a clean bridge, but something that I actually can take out. Okay, I like this. So, okay, it's nice and big. Okay, so now we got to figure out how we're going to do the carving out here. So the first thing I want to do is the placement, and I want to determine how much of this I want in here. So let's see, we're going to adjust the opacity so we can kind of see how it's sitting here. Okay, so if we put it there, we can look like we can have it going across there. I want it to look dimensional, so should I do it big or small? Maybe we'll keep it like that. Yeah, something like that. All right, and let's go ahead so we won't have any issues. Let's go ahead and crop that out. Hold Control X and then Control V to paste it back down. And then let's just delete what doesn't matter. Okay, and now let's go in here, of course, and I like to adjust the levels or curves. Since I've been doing curves, I guess we can work with the curves here. Okay, so now it's about to get tricky. Actually, I kind of like how that's looking, really. Yeah, but you know, the tutorial is really based on building your own environments. But I actually really do like that. But you know, for the sake of the tutorial, let's go ahead and do the original plan. So I'm going to carve these out. So this is where it gets tricky, and this is where you really want to, I want to keep that water actually. So let's see what this tolerance does here. Okay, not liking that. Let's pull it back a little. 33. Okay, So let's make it 22, and we see that we're only dealing with that. And we'll delete that, and let's put that in there. Hold shift and add some more to it. Hold shift add. That's a very dirty. Now, what I want you to get from this, what we're doing today, I want you to get that there's a variety of ways to get something done. This is just my way. Some of you experts out there may know faster ways of doing it. Actually, there is a significant faster way of doing it. That must be an airplane flying across the sky. There is a significant way of doing it, and that is by using the same technique that you would use to remove hair. But we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on this way. Okay. Well, actually, I may do that. All right. Now, the other thing I want to do is go in here and erase these buildings because it's not making sense to what's happening, but I want to keep the water. So let's shrink this here, and now we can keep a little bit of the lights that's going on down there. All right. And if we can blend it good enough, you might not be so fussy about, you know. Okay. Okay. That's seeming good. And for this, let's see. No, keep that. There that is. Let's go over here and kind of just, since this is a building, we can kind of work with angles. So let's go ahead and chop those up like that. And we're not going to worry about the light because we can go back in there and add the lights to it. You already know how we can do lights. Okay, let's deselect this, and let's pull it back to see what we're working with here. All right, this is interesting. This car here is not really looking quite right. Okay. Let's see here. Let's concentrate a little bit more back here. What we're going to do here, let's do something like, how do you want to deal with this, Terrence? How are you going to deal with this? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Because again, what I really want you to get, what I really want you to grasp out of this session is how you can compromise, you can improvise, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. When you're using Photoshop, there's not a particular one rule fits all, and if you do it this way it's wrong, right? It's not how it works. You keep in mind that these are tools. Now, what I did was, since I deleted that, in my mind I know that I can bring that back, right? Also here, watch this. We're gonna also do this. We're going to remove the inside of that, but we're going to keep in mind that there's wires that's keeping this sucker together, right? So we're going to remember that, right? So let's remember that. But let's remove this so that we can see some of the background here, all right? And we'll keep the stars where they are because there's something that we can do about that. We're going to improvise. But boom. Now the stars is going to be our reference point, so we're not going to worry about that. We're going to keep that there. We're going to act like that's like maybe some type of gate, right? And we're going to go up here, and we're going to, yeah, let's go ahead and keep that line because I was actually going to redraw that line back, but we ain't going to worry about that, right? We'll come back with that, new Jack. And we ain't worried about these beautiful lights. We're going to deal with them. Okay, So if I can remember, so the cool part is that now we can see behind, deselect, now we can see behind these lines here. Now let's go back and add the lines back. So there's a number of ways we can do that. But what I'm gonna do is, let's see here. Let me see. We're gonna go behind it. I'm gonna create a layer. And I'm going to, how you want to do it, T? How you want to approach it? Okay, let's take one line. So what we're going to do here is make, we're going to take our pen tool and we're going to make one line. And let's go in here, hold shift. Oops. Let's put another dot there and we'll bend it just a little, just a teeny, so it can have some type of organic bend to it, right? We're gonna zoom in. Now let's go to our brush tool and we go to our dot. And what we're gonna do is shrink our dot here. Let's see what color we're gonna make it. We'll make it look like it's in the orange world here. Here, let's use this color picker, and we'll maybe something like that. And let's shrink this down to the pole size that we want it. So we want it kind of thin, something like that, right? And then what you do is you go back to, if I can remember, you go back to, after you select the side, your brush and the size of your brush, then you go back to your pen tool and you right click and you hit stroke path. And what that's going to do, if you hit OK, what that does is it makes a line, right? So if we go back and we can right click and now we can remove this, we can delete that path, and now we got this little line, right? And then what I'm gonna do is just take it and copy the line, and now we can have our little party here, right? Okay. And we'll probably do something to dirty it up a little bit, but for now we just work this. And we're not gonna, of course, I'm not gonna sit here and do this 1,000 times, right? So we're gonna hold, let's see, okay, we're gonna hold, let's see, make sure, we're gonna hold shift and then drag and copy these so that we don't have to sit there forever doing that. And then we can adjust it accordingly, you know, pull it, stretch it. The chords, they're not going to be perfect to the human eye in that sense. Let's make another copy here, and we'll put it down there, and maybe we can tilt it. And I know this might seem like, oh, T, you doing too much. I know, but don't worry about it. We're gonna get it all worked out, right? Let's see, ain't nobody gonna pay attention to it when it's zoomed out like that. But see, the whole idea here, let's make one more copy, and then we're gonna take and duplicate all them puppies, because we ain't about to sit here for all eternity, right? We'll turn that and dip it off like that. We'll erase any excess. Now let's go from the top there and go all the way here. Let's make sure that that's part of it. Make sure, okay, that's part of it. Okay, hold shift, Control E, and merge them, and then let's make another copy of that. Oops, sorry. So we just made it. We just made another copy, right? Yeah. Right? Okay, cool. So let's take and we'll drag that out. All right, don't worry about that. We'll fix that. All right, and don't worry about it being all sloppy. Just adjust it. Don't get fussy. Stretch it if you have to. That's cool. You're going to erase excess, so don't worry about all that fussing and complaining. You know, tears don't grow no flowers, so stop crying. Okay. Stretch her out. Get her done. Get her done. Okay, y'all, I got to take another quick commercial break so I can make sure I can keep delivering these tutorials to you guys. So we got to pay some bills. So Meet me back here in 30 seconds. When we come back, we're going to continue to pick up where we left off at. See, that wasn't so hard. Let's get back to work. Okay, and let's just make another copy just so we can elongate the rest of these suckers here, because it look like it's being cut short. Okay, we'll connect those. And let's erase what's not working here. Okay, that looked pretty crazy. Yeah, crazy, right? Cool. Yeah, let's erase that. What you're doing down there, you don't need to be there. And here, let's merge these two. And let's merge these to that. And I know it seems like it might be a little extreme. You know, if I could grab that background one more time, I'm gonna slap myself. Okay, cool. Yeah, we on to something there. We ain't gonna worry about that because ain't nobody paying attention to what's going on way back there. Matter of fact, we might even blur it out. Okay, and then let's do one more here. And drag that out. Actually, here, let's stretch this because now it's party time. It's party time. Make it a little bigger. Somebody about to get fired, man. I'm about to fire myself. Okay. All right. So it looked like, you know what? Here, watch this, man. Because it's time to do some new lines. That's what it's time. So let's go ahead and do some new lines. Let's use that technique again. Grab the pen tool. Make a little line. Bend it a little. Let's hold control and drag it. Right. Go to our brush. Get the brush size that we want. Zoom in there. So we want the brush size to be that. And then go back to the pen tool. Right click. Go to stroke path. Hit OK. And now we created another stroke. Now right click and delete that path. And now we got another little line. Okay. Now let's take this. Hey! That was supposed to be separate. So let's go in here. And let's hold Control X, cut it, and then Control V, paste it back. And now we got a separate line. Don't be trying to blend in with the rest. They doing their own thing. You got to do your own thing. Okay, we're going to stretch it out just so we can kind of dirty it up a little bit. And now let's go ahead, and it looked like it's curling too much. Now it's a little sloppy, but that's cool. It works itself out by being like that. It works itself out. All right. So we make 2, we make 3, we make 4, and hold Control E, 1, 2, 3, and now we got a little row of them happening. Then we make another row. That was way too much. Hey man, like I said, there's 1,000,001 ways you can do the same thing. This is just my way. I wanted to keep it looking a certain type of way. Now something else we can do, like for example, maybe we can go to layer style and we can maybe do a boss and boss. Now it looked like it might not be big enough, so we'll see here. Yeah, so what's happening is we're able to put a slight little shadow on there to give it some depth. Now we keep in mind it's only 1 megapixel, right? So it's not gonna, you know what I mean? But that's looking good. Let's hold Control, copy that layer style, paste that layer style here. We make a shadow there, and that's cool. Let's create a layer under both of them, select the top layer, hold Control E, merge that down so we can erase that that effects. We're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to hold Control E, merge that down. So now we got these lines with a shadow, and we don't have the effects attached to it. Okay, cool. And we just copy it. There you have it. Uh-oh, we got some more, right? Hold Control E, merge them, select it, drag it. So what we just did, we just literally created our own little bridge. Cause ain't nobody ever seen no bridge in Milwaukee, wherever this city is. Yeah, let me readjust this city back here. Sheesh. This background, man, don't want to behave. Okay, so we move that there. And we move it up. Okay, cool. Yeah, there we have it. Look at that. Look at that. Weird little city. Little lines and all that type of stuff. Cool, cool. Okay, and we'll keep this. It's looking crazy under there. It's just looking like a little wear and tear. That's okay. We'll keep it like that. Now, the other thing about these lights, let's address these. How you gonna do that, T? Well, that's a simple fix. So you probably already know, if you've been watching any tutorials, you'll know that we can simply go over here to some of our stars here. We can double click, select the star, pick the same color that's working over here, which is, I guess it's this green, and then just paint over that sucker. Let's blow it up, paint it, maybe click it a few times. You see that? Blow it up. Boom. Oh, we got it. Oh, I see. We got to address some of them lines sticking out there. So now we got the spikes shooting past the original, right? I know it's a sloppy way of doing it, but guess what? It gets the job done. Still getting the job done. Okay. And of course, we see right here we got blue. We're dealing with blue, so we're going to keep it simple here, and we're going to keep it just white, right? And if you wanted to flip it around or whatever, change the direction of it so you can get some other type of glints, you do that. And different spikes. And that's how we address that. And that way you ain't getting no glints being chopped off. So let's blow that up. So what we did was we put this bridge. I mean, we use a variety of techniques to get her done. Let's even add more dynamic to this by creating another layer and going to our linear dodge, and then putting on a fade. Here, let's go get a little brush, soft brush, and since that's green, we'll go with a green here, and we'll zoom in there and just, you know. Maybe a little darker, so it can do its thing a little bit better here. So it's almost kind of erasing a little bit of that dark little texture that's going on behind there. And those are for the greens, and then we do the same for the blue. Just go over to our blue, and we'll exploit that, and then we'll go to our orange. And we'll exploit those. Bam, bam. All right. And we are set. We're good to go. And that's kind of looking kind of good, right? And cool, sweet. All right. So what else can we do with this background? We can add some other elements. You know what? Since we on a dock let's do something like this. Let's see. Doc items. Doc items. Let's see. Water doc. Okay. Let's see what they came up with. What's this here? That's look like a doc item. That look like a doc item. That's a doc item. Kind of like this. So we're gonna copy that and paste it, and then let's go in here with our curves and all. We get them darks there, and then we'll pop those lights. So to almost kind of get rid of that little, you know what we're trying to get rid of. Don't even be tripping, right? Go in there and clip out these here. And that's just you want to look at your designs and be like, okay, that was sweet, but where they take the picture at? Like, where they find that? In my brain. I found this in my brain. So you can't go to that location where we were. Now, obviously the car's in the way, so you really won't see it. So we want to make some type of adjustments here. So let's take this car and move it down a little bit here. And now this can make a little sense if we was to put this doc item behind the car. And we may need to, for this road, let's scale it up so it can sit a little bit better on this curve here. And of course we need some shadow under this car, so let's go ahead and put some shadow there. We'll just go with black for now. And I'm just going to, here we're going to both layers. I'm gonna just roughly paint, that's not black. That look brown. Let me get black. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So cars do have shadows, of course, so we want to appropriately, also, you got shadow. So, we want to have a little bit of thing happening here. And, of course, this have shadow. So, how we want to approach this here. Maybe we should shrink this down a little more. I don't know. Maybe this item won't work, Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do that. And of course it shouldn't be under the car. So we'll just erase that part. Now we got an item behind it. And let's look at some more doc item situations here. Water doc. This here, what is this? That's interesting. Really, I'm looking for like the wooded. I'm looking for something like that. I don't even know what that's called. What is that called? I know somebody that's watching this video know exactly what it's called, and then they're gonna leave it in the comment area. That's such tea. It's called a such and such. It's called a blah blah blah. Thank you very much in advance. Okay, let's see. All right, I don't want to waste no time, so let me pause this. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, look at here. What's that? Little funky little boat. All right, let me pause this and let's see if I can find this on my own time. So this is what I end up finding. So let's go ahead and place that in there somewhere. And let's lift it up. So first of all, here, let's do this first. First thing first. Let's get some adjustments so we can take this out easily. So we'll darken that a little, and we'll brighten that up a little. We're not going to worry about losing a lot of detail because we're not really going to use that anyway. The background. Let's turn the tolerance up to 77. Here, let's do this. Here, check this out. Here. Let me take this. Keep it simple. And we delete that. And then here, let's take our line here. Boom. We're not even going to use all this anyway. Right? Control X, Control V. And delete all of that, which is called like a garbage mat. And then we go up here. And now we can just delete that. Good. All right, so just another little quick type of way we can adjust some things. Okay, let's put it behind the car, and maybe we can put something like this. Let's see here. We'll put it here. Let's shrink it a little bit so you can see a little bit more of the detail of what's going on here. And maybe tilt it. And here, let's bring this over a little so we can see a little bit more of what's going on here. And what we can do with this is we really don't want a lot of detail, so we can, let's adjust the exposure here, kind of darken it up. Not really wanting to see all of that other stuff. Yeah, something like that. And we can probably just blend that in there like that. And what probably need to happen here, I don't like the way this is going up, so we can probably bend that and let's skew it. Yeah. All right, that's sufficient there. All right, let's pull it back and kind of see what's going on. Now, keep in mind, you know, we're not doing an entire mixtape. It's just a background, you know what I mean? So what I want to do is I want to make it environmental, not just background. Now, if we take him out, you know, of course we see that, things like that, but he's there so we can cover up the finishing. But what I'm seeing is these things are called, let me see barrels. I'm looking for barrels, and I really want an old barrel with fire coming out. Let me see, steel. And this will give me an excuse to put fire in it. So let's, oh, I kind of like this here. I kind of like that. Might not be quite the angle I'm looking for, but let's see how it works. Let's copy this. And let's paste it, and maybe we can bring it up a little bit. And maybe we can enhance it with some levels. Let's see, we can darken and then brighten it so you can see. Put some deep shadows into it. Contrast. And make it pop like that. Maybe, I don't know, but we gotta try it. Okay, and then we do our marquee tool, and let's go in here. Shout out to Mesh or whoever image I'm using. Shout out to them. That, and then let's do this here. And we probably maybe we, because the whole thing, you want to make sure that you know, the environment is right. You know what I'm saying? Can't not fit, right? Okay, so maybe this might actually erase the, you know, the fact that we're using that other thing. But we got to put this in the back, so we're gonna have this, you know. I know we got that going on over there, but that might have to get removed. Okay, this might be cool actually. It's a little blurry. That might be working, but that wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but it's good enough. But we got to find really what I was looking for. So I'm looking for a barrel so that we can put some fire in it, so that we can add that fire as an environment. And that's going to pretty much try to wrap up the session. So let me see. I'm going to say a firing barrel. Okay. All right. And okay, so these looking nice. Now I do want to put some emphasis on size. So we don't want it smaller than 800. And let's see. That's really big, but I don't think we want it like that. I'm kind of liking the way the fire coming out of that. I'm liking the way the smoke is coming out of that. That's interesting. The angle of that is bad. This might be okay. Let's look at this and then let's compare. Let's see if the angle is right for this here. Because the angles, you know, we keep in mind where we have the images placed, and the angle will have to be appropriate as well, right? Now, what we might can do is if we shrink that, we can shorten that, right? Let's see. Let me add some adjustments. This might not be usable, but we'll go ahead and see what we can do with this. And let's take our magic wand on this one. Okay. I mean, a quick selection. That's what I meant, sorry. Not really concerned about it sitting on them bricks, so we can go ahead and magic wand that out. But all right, that might be okay. Hold Alt to remove some of those things that the magic wand wants you to use. Let's blow it up. All right, we'll keep it raggedy like that. Let's hit delete and see what we're working with. Okay. So yeah, maybe we can put that right there. Right? How does if we stretch that out? Okay. And let's go ahead and do some other things. Let's adjust the exposure and the gamma. You never really have to touch the offset. Really just the gamma and the exposure, and that depending on how dark you want it in the environment. Now let's go in here and let's see if I can change the hue so we can get something a little bit more closer to the tonality of the environment. That might be okay. Maybe we can desaturate it a little. Maybe desaturate a little bit more. Okay. And that might be. Now the thing about it, this entire environment, the overall thing really need to be colorized, but that's going to be in another tutorial outside of the scope range of this one here. But let's go ahead and add some fire in there. So what I'm going to do here is fire. And really what we really want some junk. We want some fire coming out some junk. So what you mean by that, T? Okay, here's something here. This is nice. This is nice. It already got some ambient in it, things like that. So let's use this. Okay, I want y'all to stay tuned because when we come back, I want to talk about this fire and how we're going to utilize this fire to create an environment, an entire different environment from the look that we already got. So give me 30 seconds, fam. Hold me down. And when we get back, we're going to cover those topics. Okay, here's something here. This is nice. This is nice. It already got some ambient in it, things like that. So let's use this. And I'll explain to you what I'm talking about in a second. Okay. So we shrink this, so we put that there. That's good. Let's bring it back out. Okay, that's good there. And what we can do is maybe if we adjust the, let me see, linear dodge does. Okay, let's compare linear dodge, color dodge. No, that's not working. Screen or lighten. Okay, so let's compare screen with dodge. So it looked like dodge might be doing a little bit more for us. So let's go to our brush and let's delete these lines here and give this here. Matter of fact, here, let's do this. Let's take this, right click, oh no, right click, make a selection. Then we can deselect that. And now we can add some other elements to it. Let's get a little thing here and paint that out a little. Okay, maybe if we stack that, we can get a little bit more saturation. Sorry about that. Here, let me undo that. If we stack it, yeah, we got a little bit more saturation here. And let's see what happens if we do it one more time. Okay, good. That's nice. That's nice. I'm liking that. Let me see. Control. No, I don't think that's going to do anything. Okay, that's good. Let's look for more ember. I think it's ember. It's ember, right? It should be ember. Or amber? Yes, ember. Is it? Okay. So I'm not finding it probably because of the size. So let me see. What if we do fire ember? Okay, that's good. And we definitely want this high resolution. Definitely. So let's go to our search and then let's make that larger than 1024 because we want these particles fairly small here. And we want them scattered out. We want them scattered. All right, so let's use this here. Oh, there's some more. There's the sizes are small though. Okay, we'll pick that. And let's paste it. And we'll kind of just put that somewhere. Let's saturate this. All right, so we'll just act like the particles is really coming from there. This might be too much and might be too big, actually, to be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe they should be smaller, very small. Okay, that might be a little better. Like the wind might be blowing it a little. And then I think I got some smoke brushes. So smoke can add environment. So let's go in there and dig out some smoke. So let's say this one here. And okay, cool. All right, well, we don't want that much, of course. So let's shrink it down so we can see what we're working with. Let's put some smoke over here. We're going to put that behind everything. And let's erase here, right? And then let's put some environment at other places, like maybe over here. And maybe, oops, sorry about that. Let's go back to that. Maybe it's some smoke coming from behind the car for some reason. Smoke is always coming from somewhere in these mixtapes. Always. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. But they just be there. I guess it'd be, a war zone, a war path or whatever. All right, and we might can pull these down a little bit. They might be a little too much here. The same thing with this. Yeah. Maybe that, and definitely this, because we really just wanted atmosphere, you know, just a little atmosphere, just a little atmosphere. Did I just get mad? That's the fruitcake part coming out of your homie 𝗃𝘂𝗋𝗃𝗂𝗃. All right, and maybe some. Okay, cool. He looked like he floating, so maybe we should put a shadow under him, right? Probably. I would think so. You know what I'm saying? Unless he's some type of ghost or something like that, right? All right, if he ain't a ghost, put a little shadow under there, man. A little shadow under his feet, man. Right? Sheesh. You know how it's done. 𝗃𝘂𝗋𝗃𝗂𝗃. Okay. Maybe a shadow's falling over the little rock a little bit. Okay, you know what? We can go on and on, right? I can add some other elements, but we're gonna stop it here. Now, this is the background, right? We did a few things. We put a bridge there. None of this is really there. You know what I'm saying? We can even go as far as changing the sky. But we ain't gonna go there. You know, we put a little thing there. Look, we even got the little barrels. The barrels is hidden now. We put some little barrels in the back. They hidden now. Let's go ahead. Let's select them. And let's see if we can put them over where they can actually be seen. Because what we really looking for is environmental things. Right? That's what we're really looking for. And let's, of course, put some shadow under the barrels. All right. Wait a minute. Let's make sure that barrels, man. Where the barrels go? Okay, there we go. So let's make a layer under that, and then we'll put some shadow under the barrel. You know, gotta do it. And I think that's going to be it, man. That's just a background, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We can add some more stuff fun to it. Like let's do a layer, and let's do something like this. Maybe make it a little dark here, right? A little dark down. Oops. Oh, I got the wrong thing. Let me make another layer, and that's 100%. And we're kind of, you know, he's in a dark environment. You know. Everything ain't so bright and beautiful. Dark. Okay. There we go. And that's one way that we could put together some backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? Let me think of something real quick. Give me a second. Okay, there's one more thing that I forgot to mention, and that's, well, I didn't actually forget to mention, but this is part of the environmental aspect of it, and it's grass blades. And I used to have some grass blade brushes, and I just came straight over to 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗃.com to download some fresh grass. I ain't even drunk, y'all. I'm just so sober right now. I'm just stupid, I guess. Right here, grass blade brushes. So let me show y'all how to deposit that in there. Once you download this puppy boy, go over to computer and then double click that and open that and then open click Adobe, and then that's the wrong folder. No, it ain't. It's the right folder. Double click on that, then open the preset, and then go down to the brushes. No, that's the wrong one. 𝗃𝘂𝗹𝗁, back up. It's this one. Adobe, and then Photoshop, and then preset, and then brushes. They're the madness. All the madness is right there, man. Okay. And do I got grass? Nope. So check this out. So just simply copy, pull, drag. Bam. Now you got DF6 grass brushes. And now let's go back to Photoshop and let's go to our brushes. Go to our thing down right here, our thingy downy. Let me see if I got brushes in there already. Nope, no grass. And then go over to our thingy here and then click on this thingy, load brushes. Bam. And then where's my brushes? Huh? Oh, that's we in Roman. So go to that and go to program and go to Adobe. And then go to Photoshop, and then go to presets, and then go to brushes, and then scroll down to grass, D6 grass. Load it. Now we got some grass brushes. Bam. So check this out. Let's select, let's say this one here, and we're not gonna really know how it look until we actually add the brushes. So if we paint that, haha. It's all black and ugly and weird looking. Okay, so let's shrink it down, right? Put some shadows there, and maybe some shadows there, and maybe a little right there, and you know, some environment. Now, what I would like to do here, this is my own personal, you know, get some dirty green grass, right? Okay, so we see how. So you got to be careful how you're going to do it, right? Because too much color of this. You may really want to really saturate that a whole lot. All right. Put a little bit of that. Let's go in there and switch up the style of the brushes. And actually, that looked like wheat. Right. Okay, so that ain't working there. See, that's wheat. That's truly not really what I'm looking for. But we're gonna go ahead and stick with that. We know that wheat is got this groundness to it. Let's shrink this down here and act like that kind of just fell across there. And let's go here and switch the angle of it. Switch the direction, make it lean that way. Oops. No. Make it lean that way, yeah. Like that. Where you at? Where you at? I'm somewhere. Okay, and we need more grass. We need some different type of grass. We need grass blades, fam. This is weeds, which is cool. Because I guess he's, you know, he's in the bad part of the good city. He's in the, that's how it is in Detroit. Like when you look across the street, I mean, when you look across the water, it's all beautiful buildings. But on this side of town, it's just, it's crazy. I see something. I see a mistake. It's not a mistake. It's just some, it looked like I was careless about it, and I don't want to be careless. So let's go under the car and create some more shadow here under this tire. Right? This tire, that is definitely not looking realistic. There we go. It's a little better. All right, let's make sure that that's all black here. Yeah, good. That's better. That's better. You tripping, son. Okay. All right, and you know, we really don't want this stuff looking real. Like it's looking real, like the car is looking real. We don't want it looking real. We really want it to look painted. But that's another tutorial. We'll come back and then we'll color grade this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Later on, so you can see. So this can turn into almost like a painted environment, right? But that's the way we do it, fam. That's one of the ways anyway. You know, it's a lot of other things we can do, of course. But ooh, guess what? Here, let's do this. Let's really take it there. Hold Control, select select those three. Take it, grab that, right? Shrink it down. See, this is when you really get fun and creative, right? Shrink it down. Somebody back there roasting some marshmallows, right? Shrink it down. Cool. Pull all them suckers behind that car. Really got some stuff going on. You see that? And swap it. Transform. Flip it horizontal. Look it. Look it. Look at that. And then here. What happens if I hold Control E? Oh, okay. I see what's happening. And then we do the linear dodge. No. That's color dodge, linear dodge. Okay, cool. And then let's go ahead and take our brush, and then let's go ahead and fade that out like that. And then do that. No, that's too much. Yeah, let's step that back, and let's go ahead and let smoke. Let's let the smoke be the eraser. That way it's organic, right? Shrink it down so we can see the size of it. And smoke, if smoke is the eraser, then a fire is going to take on the characteristics. It's going to break it up so it don't have no clean fade, right? All right. So that's good. And something else we can do here, right? Check this out. Make another layer, and we'll go to linear dodge, and then we'll go to that, and then we'll go to some fiery colors, and then we go to our dark here, and then we got linear dodge, and then we can kind of just, you know, put some haze to it, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Same thing with that. Look at that. See? Just when you thought we was done, they pull you right back in. Oh, that was a Godfather quote. Only my real Godfather people know that. All right. And, you know, fun and cool and, you know, exciting. I'm so excited. Okay, fam. As always, I'm going to end it right now. But as always, man, I always, you know, I really enjoy teaching. But, you know, we have fun. You know, you got to have fun. If you're not having fun with what you do, you know, you got to reevaluate what's going on there. But I love teaching. Oh, you know, one more thing. I know. Let's get some here. I'm gonna paint this here. Right? Check this out. Cause shouldn't that be orange? Those things should be orange. And then we're gonna go ahead and darken this. Well, we're not gonna darken it. We're going to do something there. And I want to make sure that I'm picking the right color. There we go. I think that's it. No, that's it. That's it right there. Let's make sure that that is it. Because, you know, the reflection is not going to show actually white. It's going to really show orange, right? So it's going to show that. Okay. No. All right. I'm just trying to find the right one. Be patient. That one there. We'll use that, and I'll adjust the opacity, and we just got a little, and then we can probably brush a little bit of that off here. Let's go ahead and get the fade brush. Boom. And we'll make it big and fade it just a little bit, just so it can look a little realistic. Sheesh. And maybe even put the. Maybe even put the layer there on it. What's that? The bevel emboss. Yeah. But see, now I'm okay. I'm going too far. Put the color to it there. No, that's not the color I'm looking for. Nope. I'm not really trying to do that. But you guys probably almost getting the idea there. Nope. I'm not trying to do that. That ain't what I'm trying to do. but I don't have time to do it the way I'm trying to do it. So we're just going to leave it alone right now. So anyway, fam, that's how you put together like a background environment. Now, really what I did is really kind of just, you know, just had a little bit of fun, right? Here, let's sharpen this up while I'm talking. Stupid. I know, man. I know. But, that's it, man. Dang, I ain't got nothing else to say. But thank you for watching. Okay, one more thing. What you doing, T? I want to add overall levels to this entire thing here. We want to really darken it up and really like bring it out, right? Like let that sucker pop. Now, I'm doing that for the background. Actually, what really needs to be done before that, honestly, what really need to be done is that the entire image need to be graded. Everything need to be colorized. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the background going on, right? But you still have to blend every element in to make it cohesive, all cohesive, you know? And I didn't do that. I kind of just start stacking elements and adjusting levels, but I didn't really colorize everything so it can be one cohesive color. But we'll come back in another tutorial later on down the line, and we'll kind of, you know, get back into it and tackle that so that you can see the fullness of what goes on. But that's just one approach. That's just one way we do our background situation. And we can come back and do some more later on. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this. Now, let me tell you something. I had somebody say, man, if you know what I'm saying, if you're going to be doing tutorials, you know, why pay? Well, you're paying for one. It's a few things that I want to run by you real quick. When you're over at VIP, you're getting brushes, you're getting fonts, you're getting project files. You're also getting critique. You're getting like one-on-one education, which means that after you do your own design, you email it to me and I critique it. And if I have to, I would do a tutorial on that as well. So you get a personalized feedback back and forth. That way you grow way faster. And you can watch tutorials, you know, all day long. But if you don't have that one-on-one hands-on training with your homie, then it can just take you longer. Now, if you're an advanced student and you really catch on, then you may not need that one-on-one. But some of us need that one-on-one. And depending on how fast you're trying to grow and what you're really trying to learn, then that's the advantage. Like I got an entrepreneurship running, and I got one client. I got a shout out to 𝗃𝘂𝗹𝗁, and he doing some very, very big things, and he get hands-on. And you know, typically I would just give a person an hour a week, but with him we spend hours together, you know. And then I also do things behind the scenes while he's resting or while he's working on something else. I could be doing some other things, developing the site, coming up with graphics. It's just a lot of things, and we go back and forth. And the entrepreneurship is way more more advanced than opposed to just one-on-one teaching. I mean, when you pay an entrepreneurship, which is $100 a month, you're paying for the entire business part about it, because you want to like make some cash back. So that's the approach. That's the way to go. And when you're doing that, you're getting all, you know, pretty much all of me. You know what I mean? So it depends on what you want, you know. So and you also get some things that I can't even mention in these tutorials. I can't even mention to you some of the things that you're going to be getting, but I'll put it in this word. You're going to be sharing a personal folder with me, an online personal folder, which means whatever I have in that personal folder of mine, I share with you as a student. You see, so things that you may not be able to get your hands on, you have access to it because you share my folder with me. So that's what the difference with the VIP online and of course it's so much more, you know. I just can't cover it right now, and I don't want to, you know, seem like I'm promoting. It's always shameless promotion, but you know, forget about it. Anyway, fam, I just wanted to share that information with you, and you know, we'll be back later on for some more. And for my production, beat making, music production students, if you're watching this and you watch the entire hour of this session, I want to let you know that we're going to be doing some very crazy things, and very crazy things, fam. And I just want to let you know that I'm going to be introducing to you guys Ableton Live, and I have a discussion that I want to talk with you guys about, and it's going to be about production, elevation of production, and things like that. So anyway, I'll address you in the email, so make sure y'all stay tuned in your email, and just stay tuned. We got some fun things coming up. All right, so I hope you benefited from this, and I hope you enjoyed it, and shout out to all my VIP members, and we will be make sure y'all check it out. I got some new tutorials posted, new graphic tutorials posted up in my VIP area, so y'all go check it out. Detailed graphics, I got one of them that's 4 hours long, so make sure y'all got the time. Buy out the time. Buy out your time to learn these things. Okay. All right, so until the next time I see, thank you for watching. See you in a minute. See you on a spin it. Peel's niece, big boy, Gio.